Africa, you're welcome to Cameroon, where 16 African countries have already flown in for the 6th edition of the African Nations Championship. My name is Ayok Renette, and I'm talking to you from Cameroon's Reunification Monument in Yaoundé. This is The Spotlight, your one-stop spot for everything infotainment on the African Nations Championship. In this edition, we introduce you to Yaoundé, the city of 7 hills. And of course, we bring you to discovering Dockyard and its amazing fishermen community in the friendship city of Limbe. And of course, we give you an aperçu of the nightlife in Douala. I know you must be wondering, Yaoundé, 7 hills? Does it really have 7 hills? Well, according to geographers, there are 6 cities in the world with 7 hills, and Yaoundé is one of them. And of course, it's amazing to know that Yaoundé is a city hosting the opening and closing matches for the CHAN 2020, played in 2021 in Cameroon. Our reporter, Cameroonian journalist Isaac Jenna Forchi, is standing by to give us a tour of the city of Yaoundé and more.
On the occasion of the African Nations Championship organized in Cameroon from January 16 to February 7, 2021, the African Union of Broadcasting, AUB, presents The Spotlight. The Spotlight, the very best of CHAN 2020. Yaoundé is a beautiful mix, and it harbors men, women and kids from some 280 language communities which make up the nation's cultural fabric. The city is beautifully bordered by some 7 hills, notably the Akokndwe, Mbokndam, Minloa, Ebimenala, Mesa, Mbankolo, and Febe. As a result, it has fondly been named the City of 7 Hills. In the center of these emblematic hills is this futuristic spot located at the heart of the city. It could be a good relaxation site. Others could actually hike the Febe Hill if they should have a panoramic view of Yaoundé. Prior to Saturday's opening match, which will see Zimbabwe lock horns with the host nation Cameroon, delegations have been trooping into the country. Despite having suffered some issues with some delegation members testing positive for the COVID-19 pandemic, Zimbabwe has demonstrated their commitment to the tournament by quickly taking measures to address the situation. Let's hear from this Zimbabwean journalist speaking from home. Thank you for joining us, Leslie. What are your hopes for the Warriors?
Hello, my name is Leslie Moyo. I'm a journalist based in Bulawayo, the second largest city in Zimbabwe. Well, the Warriors had a bumpy ride in terms of preparing for this particular tournament. They were not sure whether they're going to participate or not because of the COVID-19 outbreak. But preparations began in earnest in December, but the national team was forced to go on a break in December for the festive period. But when the boys came back to camp, about 9 players and some officials tested positive for COVID-19, which then affected the preparations. But I think because of the passion for football, I think the nation has managed to send a decent squad out there to the tournament. So
for these supporters, though, it will be a tough task.
It's been 2 years. Players have got a lot of fatigue. Some are even gaining weight. So I really don't see Zimbabwe beating Cameroon on this one.
And they did not get enough training. But we hope that they can do something as they are representing our country. I'm not sure it's all in good sense. That's what I can say.
They landed in Cameroon on Thursday, January 14, 2021. Nearly all the teams have already arrived and have taken up their bases. The other Group A teams, notably Mali and Burkina Faso, will play along with Zimbabwe and Cameroon in Yaoundé. When the ball sets rolling this Saturday, it will go down the annals of time that Cameroon was the host nation of the Total African Nations Championship, CHAN 2020. But their next challenge will be to win the opening match against Zimbabwe in order to stay in top form.
That's amazing. Thank you very much, Isaac. That was so amazing and breathtaking. Now, if you are visiting Cameroon or you are in Cameroon during this Shan period and you want to visit a city, it should be Limbe. You will want to discover not just its touristic attractiveness, but equally the dockyard and its amazing fishermen community. We're going to discover that together right now.
The fight for the 2021 Europa League trophy resumes in February. Giants of European football battling for glory.
Drive from Bruno Fernandes. It's collected by Pepe. Oh, stunning. It's a brilliant individual effort from Jens Petter Horga.
Watch the Europa League round of 32 live on StarTime Sports channels from February 18th, 2021. StarTime Sports, beyond the passion.
Dockyard is a small community in Down Beach, Limbe, noted for its smoked fish and other touristic attractions. Walking in the area with houses jointly placed against each other, the inhabitants could be seen busy with their daily activities. While others are in the sea fishing, others are busy building the boats which are to be used for fishing, while others are in the process of buying the fish from the fishermen. These fishes, big and small like sharks, are sold to these women who then go on to either roast to sell or smoke it before selling. The smoking of fish is a tedious exercise taking much time and warrants a lot of attention. The process of smoking fish requires intense fire for the fish that is just brought from the water and a mild fire for that which is almost ready for it to be sold. The final product here in Dockyard are sold to inhabitants and those coming from other parts of Limbe and other towns. Despite being noted as a smoked fish destination, the beautiful game of football is another activity noted in this area. Football in this area is played by almost all, from the young to the adults. It is something that brings joy to the individuals who play the beautiful game. With the African Nations Championship, these young footballers are cheering one team only, the Intermediate Lions of Cameroon, to victory against Zimbabwe. The team already has a fan base in Dockyard, and victory is what these youngsters are waiting to see.
Now, if you are a visitor and you haven't visited Douala, you must be missing something out. Nightlife begins at 9 p.m., just like our reporter Brenda Kiven tells us in this story.
The night in Douala does not come alive until 9 p.m.
This is Rio de la Joie in Daido, Douala. This is a very popular spot. If you come to Douala without coming to this place to eat the most preferable dish of street food in Douala, which is roasted fish, then there is something you're missing. Here you have 100 of people selling fish at the doors and some at the business places. It is delicious. I bet you if you come here you will have a very good time. So welcome to Douala.
As one of the hot spots in Douala, La Rue de la Joie, loosely translated as the Street of Joy, is a meeting spot for countless persons. As Mr. Nguyen puts it, it is a very famous street.
J'ai commencé étant petit et j'apprécie vraiment ce que je fais et je suis très content de mon travail. C'est avec ça que je réussis à payer mes besoins et mes factures. On est très ravis et très heureux que ça se passe normalement chez nous. Et on accueille tout le monde bien. Et c'est un très beau pays, le Cameroun. On se bat tous les jours. Bon, on ne peut pas dire qu'aujourd'hui c'est bon, demain c'est mal. Non, on essaie de se battre tous les jours. Ici, on accueille tout le monde. Nous sommes bien. Il y a tout genre de tribunes ici. Et donc, nous sommes mélangés en général. Bref. On ne jette personne, on prend tout le monde.
Shaka here has been selling roasted fish for over 20 years. He says he is ready for the African Nations Championship and its crowd.
I am managing here, preparing to see if there is any income coming into the pay, I will have to benefit from that. I think if I have anything to do, it's just to manage my business. As that is concerned, I know as a stranger coming into the country, I know the level of income must increase. That's what I know. The teams, for now, I have not known the teams as yet, but I know my home base team, Cameroon. I have to support just that. Impossible Cameroon.
Music, merrymaking and joy mingle here to define the street, as this cabaret owner confirms.
This is good Congolese music at the background, and it is in Douala. We're not in Congo, we're in Douala, and this is a very good spot where you can live the life to the full when you come to Douala. I'm going to meet the owner of this place. She'll be telling me how he's preparing to receive strangers into this town, Douala, as they come to watch matches for Chan 2020. Good evening, bonsoir.
Bonsoir.
Votre nom, s'il vous plaît?
Guy Aurélien, promoteur culturel.
Wow. L'idée d'avoir la musique congolaise dans votre business, c'est génial. Comment cette idée est parvenue?
Bon, parler de business, c'est pas trop un business, mais parce que je suis promoteur culturel, nous avons ce point qu'on appelle la véranda. Vérandé apostrophe art. Il veut dire véranda artistique. En fait, c'est un cours promotionnel, un cours où les artistes doivent se détendre pour leur bain de foule et tout. Voilà. Et c'est pour ça que si vous rencontrez aujourd'hui, vous rencontrez la musique congolaise, il y a cette fois la musique congolaise. Tous les jours, on a une musique différente de l'autre. Un peu ça. Voilà. On a assez diversifié ici.
La chante, c'est en 2 jours.
C'est tous les jours.
Donc les étrangers qui vont venir ici, la langue, il n'y a pas la langue barrière.
Il n'y a pas de problème. Tous les jours, on a de la musique. Le lundi, par exemple, vous avez l'invité surprise. Le mardi, vous avez le balafon qui vient du centre, la zone des camps. Le mercredi, vous avez les Congolais. Le jeudi, vous avez du jour-là, un peu de musique variée, reggae. Voilà. Maintenant, le vendredi, la musique Menja revient, ça veut dire Menja. Et dimanche, on avait du Mako, ça plus de chez nous, avec du Ikuti.
Vous avez les équipes que vous supportez?
Oui, ben oui. On fait partie de la chaîne et puis on supporte toute la chaîne.
L'équipe préférée?
Bon, d'abord le Cameroun.
Donc vous souhaitez que le Cameroun gagne?
C'est toute une joie si le Cameroun a gagné. On est au pays et on organise, on veut gagner en même temps. Ce sera difficile de dire que je ne veux pas gagner ma coupe, par exemple.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci madame, merci beaucoup.
If you pass through Douala, save some night time for the street of joy.
That was a great tour of the 3 cities where the African Nations Championship will be played for the next 22 days in Cameroon. I'm sure you had a great time. If you're considering visiting Cameroon anytime soon, or if you are present in Cameroon during this period of the Chan, you will have an amazing time, I'm sure. Please consider these towns and enjoy.